There is a jar of face cream sitting on a shelf at your local drugstore right now. It costs $12. 3 blocks away, behind a glass counter at Sephora, there is another jar. It costs $300. Same category, same purpose, same core molecules inside. And the dermatologist who recommended the expensive one to your friend, she personally uses the $12 version at home. That is not a rumor. That is the open secret that the luxury moisturizer industry has spent billions of dollars making sure you never figure out. I pulled the ingredient lists, the clinical studies, and the patent filings on 10 of the most purchased face creams in America. 5 of them are robbing you blind. 5 of them are what dermatologists actually reach for when nobody is watching. By the end of this video, you will never look at a moisturizer price tag the same way again. Let us start with the biggest thief in the room. Number 1. La Mer. The Crème de la Mer sells for somewhere between $200 and $253 per ounce. That price point exists almost entirely because of a story. The brand has spent decades telling consumers that its formula was born from a NASA physicist who burned himself in a lab accident and spent 12 years developing a miracle serum from fermented sea kelp. That story is the product. The actual ingredient list tells a completely different story. La Mer's formula contains squalane, niacinamide, mineral oil, petrolatum, and glycerin. These are the same staple ingredients found in drugstore creams costing under $10. Independent cosmetic chemists running side-by-side audits against Nivea Creme identified more than a dozen overlapping components, including the same petrolatum base and glycerin content. La Mer holds a US patent from 2004 on its so-called miracle broth, but a patent protects a process, not proof that the process delivers better skin. No peer-reviewed clinical trials have ever been published to support La Mer's claims of cellular regeneration, not one. Dermatologist Dr. Marilyn Goldberg stated publicly that every active La Mer is known for is available in far cheaper formulations. You are not paying $250 an ounce for better chemistry. You are paying for a story and a jar that looks beautiful on your shelf. That is number 1. Number 2. Tatcha. Tatcha was acquired by Unilever for a reported $500 million. Before you assume that price reflects formula value, understand what Unilever actually purchased. They bought a brand identity. The entire Tatcha line is built around the narrative of centuries-old Japanese beauty rituals and geisha skincare secrets. The dewy skin cream sells for $68 for 1 3/4 ounces. When you strip away the packaging and the ritual language and look at the actual ingredient lists, you find the same ceramide complex, the same hyaluronic acid, the same glycerin that anchors every moisturizer on the market. Nowhere on the Tatcha website or packaging is the price per ounce disclosed. That omission is not accidental. A brand confident in its value would show you the math. Tatcha does not show you the math because the math does not survive contact with reality. There are no published clinical trials. There is no peer-reviewed data. There is no independent laboratory validation. What there is a beautifully constructed story. That story costs you $60 more per jar than the same molecules in a plain white tub. That is number 2. Number 3. Augustinus Bader. The rich cream sells for $299 for 1.7 ounces, approximately $176 per ounce. The brand is built around the TFC8 complex, described as a blend of peptides and stem cell-derived growth factors engineered to trigger your skin's own repair mechanisms. Here is what the science actually says. The concentrations of the peptides inside TFC8 are not disclosed anywhere on the packaging or website. You cannot verify what you are getting because the brand will not tell you. No peer-reviewed human trials have been published to support claims of deep skin renewal. Dr. Emily Chen, who holds a doctorate in skin biology, stated clearly that topical stem cell-derived peptides cannot replicate anything close to actual stem cell therapy, and that the marketing language goes well beyond what the science supports. You are paying $176 per ounce for a blend whose concentrations are hidden and whose claims are unverified. That is number 3. Number 4. Drunk Elephant. The Lala Retro Whipped Cream Moisturizer sells for $64 for 1.7 ounces. Shiseido acquired Drunk Elephant in 2019 for $845 million. That valuation reflects consumer perception, not formula value. When you examine the actual ingredient lists, you find the same ceramides, the same plant oils, the same peptide fragments available across dozens of far cheaper formulations. Drunk Elephant does not hold proprietary patents on any of its moisturizer formulas. It does not publish its own clinical trial data. The brand's scientific credibility rests entirely on the general reputation of the ingredients it uses, not on evidence that its specific formulas outperform cheaper alternatives with those same ingredients. For $64, you are buying a brand philosophy and an aesthetic, not clinically superior chemistry. That is number 4. Number 5. Mario Badescu. Mario Badescu belongs on this list for a different reason than the others. This is not a story about overpriced ingredients. This is a story about what a brand allegedly put inside a bottle without telling you. The facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rosewater was marketed for years as a soothing natural mist. It became a cult product stocked everywhere from drugstores to Sephora. Then came a class action lawsuit. The complaint alleged that independent lab analysis found no detectable rosewater in the formula at all. Instead, the lab identified trace amounts of hydrocortisone, a corticosteroid never disclosed anywhere on the label. When used unknowingly over long periods, hydrocortisone can thin the skin, cause rebound redness, and create a dependency cycle. The FDA did not issue a recall, but the presence of an undisclosed active pharmaceutical ingredient triggered serious regulatory scrutiny. The lawsuit remains unresolved. You have the right to know every ingredient in every product you put on your face. This brand allegedly took that right away. That is number 5. Now we flip the script. 5 face creams that dermatologists actually reach for when the cameras are off. Real patents, real published trials, real transparency. Number 6. CeraVe. A 12-ounce tub of CeraVe moisturizing cream retails for $12, $1 per ounce. The formula is protected by U.S. patent 7034, which covers a multivesicular emulsion technology that releases ceramides, cholesterol, and hyaluronic acid steadily over a full 24-hour period. This is a patent filing with technical specifications that independent scientists can verify. The triple ceramide complex has remained unchanged since launch. In 2025, a double-blind randomized controlled trial measured a 62% increase in skin hydration after just 7 days of twice-daily use with no significant adverse reactions. CeraVe holds multiple National Eczema Association seals of acceptance and is recommended by leading dermatology societies for everything from eczema to post-procedure recovery. At $1 per ounce with published clinical evidence, CeraVe does not ask you to trust a story. It shows you the science. That is number 6. Number 7. La Roche-Posay. The Tolarian Double Repair Face Moisturizer sells for around $20 and delivers ceramides, niacinamide, and glycerin at concentrations matching what clinical literature identifies as effective for barrier repair. The brand holds formal research partnerships with the French Society of Dermatology, producing published trials confirming efficacy in reducing skin redness and supporting recovery. In 2025, the Skin Research Institute of California ranked La Roche-Posay at the top for UVA protection among leading products tested. The American Academy of Dermatology includes La Roche-Posay in its official patient education toolkit. When a dermatologist finishes a laser procedure and reaches for a moisturizer to send home with their patient, La Roche-Posay is what they hand over. That recommendation is earned through clinical transparency, not a marketing budget. That is number 7. Number 8. Vanicream. Vanicream is what dermatologists prescribe to patients who have failed everything else. It holds U.S. patent 5,989,842, and its defining characteristic is radical exclusion. No fragrance, no lanolin, no parabens, no dyes, no formaldehyde-releasing preservatives. Every ingredient most commonly linked to allergic contact dermatitis has been removed. What remains has a documented 48-month shelf life, far exceeding industry standard. Clinical guidelines from the American Academy of Dermatology consistently cite Vanicream as the hypoallergenic benchmark for sensitive and compromised skin. It retails for around $12. The patients who need it most cannot tolerate the fancy products. They need something proven safe at the molecular level. Vanicream was built for them. That is number 8. Number 9. Eucerin. Eucerin has been owned by Beiersdorf since 1900. The Advanced Repair and Urea Repair Plus creams contain urea at 5 to 10%, a range with extensive published clinical backing showing significant improvements in hydration, barrier function, and itch reduction in patients with chronic dryness and atopic dermatitis. In a 2021 International Dermatologist survey, 18% of clinicians named Eucerin Intensive Repair as their first-line recommendation for persistent severe dryness, available for under $15. The science behind urea is settled and extensively published. Eucerin delivers that science at a price reflecting what the ingredients actually cost, not what a story could command. That is number 9. Number 10. Cetaphil. Cetaphil has been in dermatology offices since 1947, nearly 80 years. The core formula has been updated only twice, once in 2008 on preservatives and once in 2015 on water purity, both driven by safety standards and not marketing trends. The moisturizing lotion retails for around $10. Dermatology guidelines consistently recommend Cetaphil for sensitive skin, rosacea, and post-procedural care. 8 decades of real-world physician trust is not something you can manufacture with a campaign budget. When a dermatologist tells a patient to simplify their routine, Cetaphil is almost always part of that answer. Not because it is exciting, because it works. It has always worked, and professionals have trusted it longer than most luxury brands have existed. That is number 10. Here is the truth this industry does not want you walking away with. The dermatologists who appear in luxury skincare campaigns are paid to be there. The dermatologists who are not on anyone's payroll are using CeraVe, La Roche-Posay, Vanicream, Eucerin, and Cetaphil on their own faces. The gap between a $12 tub and a $300 jar is not a gap in chemistry, it is a gap in marketing spend. The molecules that repair your skin barrier are purchased from the same small group of global suppliers by every brand on this list, luxury and affordable alike. What the expensive brands have figured out is that most consumers will never check the ingredient list. They see the price, they see the packaging, and they assume the higher number means better skin. It does not. Subscribe to Pure Beauty Lab because next week we go inside a category where the markup is even more outrageous and the hidden gems are even harder to find. The industry does not want you watching this channel. That tells you everything about whether you should.